This is short presentation how org mode, but basically every file in Emacs can get its embeddings, large language model embeddings, for the purpose of comparing it and searching it later in time. So the command to get embeddings is this one, rcd process org headings to embeddings. Let's do it. So now embeddings are already finished. Let me show you. As you see, all these well, actually this one should not be there. Okay, let me make that one. Okay, I have now Hello, and I hope that you will like this idea, because I find it extremely valuable. It's all about connecting org mode files to large language models, generating embeddings, and then creating semantical links. Now, this is the org mode file, as you see. That's just like a example org mode file. Here there is some link which I have placed there, but let's change it to what it was before. Now this function here is going to create embeddings for the org, and it is not difficult function. It's just like 2-3 functions which are then fetching embeddings and putting it in the database. So as you see, it was very fine, and it finished processing just in a short time. Now let us see those embeddings. Now the embeddings are here. As you can see, I have here the name, I have the embedding here, and the type is org mode headings, but of course it could be many different types like this. I have elementary objects, people, files, large language model responses, speech, org mode headings. That's just something I was thinking, let me make it now. And now those files are also, the chunk of text is here. That is the chunk of text that belongs to that embedding. Now I don't know if I should only take the text but not the subheadings of a large heading. That's something to resolve yet, but now we are just doing a demonstration. It's also referencing the file. Now you can imagine you have a lot of org mode files. I don't know how many, but probably I have probably hundreds of org mode files which are staying somewhere around. And how are you going to search for that right one? That's very difficult work. And of course there are those tools which I never even tried, which help you find easier those links. Anyway, let's go back and let's demonstrate embeddings again. You see, those are the embeddings in the database. What happens if I change this one? Well, on the update, I'm going also to get it updated. I hope you noticed that introduction changed as it is changed. So let's say as you can see here, gross motor skills, they have here this column. Okay, let me remove this column, update embeddings, and then I update it here. And oh, not that way, must do this way. Now you can see that column is gone. If I change it in something else, okay, let's see, it's going to change something else, but let's say we choose something like, let's say we choose this one. Okay, so I have changed it in some other heading. So now let us update embeddings and let us see embeddings again. And as you see, the embedding changed for that name. So it is actually taking that heading straight into the database. Now this database is really not hard to do. I mean, it's something, of course, you need to spend maybe half an hour setting it up, but apart from that there is actually no much work. So now we have here like different headings and different headings and different text. So let's say I want to link to something like to this section here, and I may be talking in another section about something similar like there. Okay, so I am not sure, but okay, that's not about that. But let's say this way. Let me make something similar. Let us involve something similar. Okay, so we are here. Now I have got the sentence which is involving toddlers, but I have toddlers everywhere here in this heading, but nowhere else. Let's say I have now here. Now I go, and all what I want to do is I make the link. And that link, how does that link look like? It's actually a link which is showing itself. As you see, it is just like taking the same text and providing function for that text. That's all what it does. That function is then semantically, this function is a semantic, but where is it? Anyway, I forgot it. Let's see here. Where is my function? Hey, I don't know where is my function. It's not there. I'm now searching for my function, but it is not there. Okay, it's not this one. Maybe it is somewhere in my buffer. Okay, I have the other function. Do I have the same function? No. But it was here. Something like this. No. But now I am confused. Okay, this is a small demonstration of how I think that every org user should improve the semantic linking. So this is development of semantic linking. I have it already in the text, and let's say I do this like child development. I get a link here, as you see, rcd org semantic link, that's the function. It is simply referencing the text which I marked. If I click on that one, I get something related to that one. So I got something which is related to that. But this is my dynamic knowledge repository, the hyperscope. That's not what I want to say for org mod users. Basically, I have linked the org function. It's just now being born. It's not yet there. It's just alias to my own function, which is basically this one. This function is just an alias for this one. So, but that's not what I want to show you. Now, what I want to say is that each org mode file can get its embeddings, and I create embeddings with this function below. So embeddings are now created, they are referencing that file. And how can we see those embeddings, what it is? So embeddings are basically here, they are in the database. Of course they got even the universal ID, and this is the embedding in the database, it's there. The type is org mode heading. Of course I can have different types, but then I also reference the file, and here is the text which belong to that embedding. Basically one heading is encompassing everything, but this one is maybe more specific. I don't know, we will see that. Now I am only demonstrating that user should be able to quickly, for example, if this heading here, this heading is talking about something about toddlers, and now you mark this one and you just provide a link which is not the same as that one, but you don't need to know which one is the link. This is for semantic linking. And then at the moment when you click that one, you are supposed to get into most relevant information related to that. In my database I don't have much about toddlers growing independence, so I'm getting some random link from here. So it really doesn't matter. I'm not in this subject. I am trying to make a demonstration of how I think org users should have easier option to basically link. What I want to make is the function which is going to link, which is going to find semantical similarity from this link basically to this heading here, and it should be automatic. I don't think of this heading. All I want is to make a link on these words or other words, maybe motor abilities, anything you want. You should be able to get a link quickly so that you can get some kind of information. Okay, this information is related to magic, but motor abilities are related also to magician's skills. In my case of many links and many nodes in the dynamic knowledge repository, this is very useful. I can get most relevant stuff, and you can of course constrain it that you can only see, let's say you can see only like bookmarks, or you can see just personal notes, or simply only some things from some website. Now I hope that you understood the concept, and in the next step I have to make this function work. This function is basically pointing here, and then I should make a new function. I don't even know where is this function, because they are all new. It's just there. Okay. So now basically this one should bring back the context, but we don't need context, we just need similarity. So let me make that function. Okay, function is now somehow born. Now that is the function which is searching by embeddings, not too hard, and that is the rcd org semantic link. It's not finished, but at least this is working. As you see, it is going to find something from the article. So now may pretend, as you see, it found that heading, and it also found the ID for the file. So now I can make it a little bit better if I put this similarity to be number 4. Let's say, how does it look like? Now I have got different results. like something from the main heading and other headings, but I still got that one. So that one with 0.30 it is more precise. Let's see with 0.35 similarity threshold. Yeah, it's okay now, but if I only put toddler, I'm not going to get it with that 0.35. If I put similarity threshold 0.4 and I want toddler, then I'm getting something. So let me keep it at 0.4. This way I'm going to get something at least. So now I only want the first one. I only want the first most matching link, and let's call it heading. That is so. And then how am I going to the file? The file is I must fetch it from the database. Files, file, I think, and so let me see if it is outputting good, if it is finding the file. No. File, no. Okay. That's why. Maybe this way. Then I'm getting the heading, and then I want also file. Well, I'm now confused a little bit. Okay, let's see this way. No, what's wrong? File, and then oh, how I missed to see it. Files. Okay, well, let me see. I forgot the structure, but it is somewhere here. File name, yeah. Okay, file name. Files, file name. Oh, file's name. Okay, that's better. That's not what I wanted. Yes, so now I'm getting the file and I'm getting heading. Now, how am I going to jump to that link? And I have no idea how to do it. Is there some function with a jump? Org jump, org link, open, org link open, maybe is that function. And then what is the link? Does it work this way? Well, let's see. Is it working this way? I forgot. So that's where we need the file. I think that should be all. File, heading. Something like that. Let's see if it's going to give me... No. Hey, I forgot this is format. Not that way. But I don't know. I don't know how to make an org link. Let's say this way, not that way. Let me see. Hyperlinks. Okay, let's say this way. think it is this way, but I am not sure. Let me find some shorter heading. But is it this way? Oh, is it just this way? Let's try. Hey, it's okay. So it's actually this way. Okay, then let me try that one. So it should be without this file and heading. Let's see. Oh, there is no heading toddler. Hey, okay, let's try it this way. Link. There is no heading toddler. So let us first return the link to make sure I'm getting it. No, it's not that. File and heading. For the toddler, it did not get anything. So let's see if it is even getting anything. Okay, it's getting the heading. Yeah, that's right. But now link is supposed to have file, which comes there. Yeah, the link is supposed to be like that. File and then double colon and then heading. And that's what I am doing. Because, oh, hey, heading is that, it's fine. But, it's fine, but actually, does it find my file or not? Yeah, it's finding my file. But what about heading? It's finding my heading. And all I want is here to link it. Why is link not working? Let's see. Okay, link is working. And then all what I need to do is org link open link. But what is with these arguments? Okay, those arguments we don't need for now. Org link open. So now that is the basic function for semantic linking. But it's not opening the file. Or maybe it is opening that I don't know. Org open link. How about, does it even open another file? I don't know. Link object. Maybe it is not even using find file. Let's say this way. Find file and then try to open. Maybe that way. Yeah. But why did it go there? I don't know. I really don't know, but we can try now. So let's try. Let's say I want to make it here. But it's not moving. I mean, I did some mistake. I don't know. How do I go to the heading? Because let's say I want this one. If I want that as a heading, I just put it there. And if I click, I am moved there. That's correct. But what if I want to designate that together with the file, like here. Am I moved there? Yeah, I am moved there, but now what is it invoking? Which function? Org mouse down, mouse event? I don't know. This is invoking the function org mouse down on event, but now where is the link? I want to know how to follow that link. So well, this kind of programming is not for me. I don't get it. This is so complex that it's crazy, dude. Open at point. Open at point. Org link, jump, open from string. Maybe that one. Yeah, that's the one. Let's try. Well, let's see now. Wow, that's now working. So now let's go back to semantic linking. Function is made. Let's remove this. And now we go to the org mode, generate embeddings. It's really fast. We can even see embeddings, but why should user be watching that? No need to watch this. But anyway, user is there now. I can now link anything. As you see, this is how it is going to be. And it's going to find the exact semantically relevant information inside of all of the files. Of course, you could kind of constrain it only to one file or list of files. But now I don't have here many. Infancy, for example, is definitely relevant to babies here. So now let's see if it's going to go there. No, maybe it's not enough. What about babies? Let's see. No, because I had here something about babies, but it's not jumping to introduction, not necessarily. Okay, so I don't have a bigger org file to tell you how it should be, but let's say this way. Emotional bonding. As you see, singing nursery rhymes brought me to emotional bonding, which is the same thing. Because I don't have enough information, I should take some larger org file to show you how it looks like. There is no need to search for links. The point is you just mark it, you link it, and it's going to automatically find most relevant thing. But in my small file, I don't have much of information. But as you see, play activities is pointing to other section with the outdoor activities. Semantically. Semantic linking is something we should have in org mode. And as you see, this was the video, and in this video you can see the creation of it. Okay, so anything now you can link, and you are going to find it. Okay, now I am going to show you again about semantic linking. Now here I have some article about sugar. The first thing what we do is we have to generate embeddings, and I forgot now. Yeah, this is the function. Now embeddings have been generated. Let us see those embeddings. They are here. They are here, but I don't know why is this one here. Let me try to make again. No. I have now generated and jumping again. I'm just seeing that I have two of these. I don't know why I have two of these. Okay, anyway, it is okay if I have two. I will debug it later. Now the next step is that basically now we can start linking semantically. Whatever is marked, it is linked, and as you see, it is just a function for the semantic link taking exactly this word. You could actually choose a different word here, but have here a different word. But that's not the point. The point is speed. We don't want to waste time. You want to hyperlink something, but make it fast. As you see, it is sugar is sweet substance, and it is linking to the same article but different heading. And that's exactly the effect which I wanted to achieve. Journey of sugar, New Guinea, type of a carbohydrate. What is going to happen? I am actually getting myself, not that one. What about if I just take this one? I am getting basically the same types of sugar, sugar consumption. Let's try this one here. That no, is again pointing to itself. The point is I don't have many org files. Let's see here. Obesity, obesity. No. Let's say I'm trying to find something which is relevant. Let's say this one from the conclusion. That one is for sure going to work. Oh, again myself. Well, actually, I should remove the heading where I am from the link. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let me do that. Now I don't want to waste too much time for the org mod, which is just one of my files. Let's say this way. It's working, but it's working semantically. That's important. Now, so basically, I don't know what should I even. Let me see if there is anything about taxes more now. I need to have different files where text is referencing other files, and I can't be showing just my private files on video. Anyway, crystalline sugar, that could, for example, go into chemical composition. Let's try. Yes, it's working. It is going to chemical composition. So now imagine you have your knowledge, your org knowledge. You don't need to do anymore anything. You just do linking, and then you get okay, this is linking to itself. But when you have a lot of knowledge, it's going to link to something else. If I now write babies should not eat much sugar, how does it influence motor skills? Now if I want to expand this article, extend it to single paragraph, let's generate some text so that I can get more about that. So now I have got some text here, and this text is actually relevant to another org file. So now potential hindrance of fine and gross motor skills. As you see, it is now pointing to a different file automatically. I don't need to think anymore. This one here, I just may decrease child's motivation. I make it a link, and it most probably it is going to the other file which was talking about understanding the evolution of child's play. So now that's what I am saying. I am not now thinking which link I'm going to do. And what is interesting, if I make this article, if this article disappears, let's say this article disappears, of course you must process embeddings for that article. This link, where is that link? This link may point to something else. As you see, that link is pointing to the next most relevant article here. I just did not make this function perfect. My files are switching. But let's say you link something, and then you make a beta context, or you delete that context. You are still going, most probably, if you have enough information, you are still going to get most relevant information from your bunch of files. Now, I think this function is very important because it helps in hyperlinking, and that's what it is about. And this type of link, it should output something different when it is converted to PDF. Of course, you can make it so that I don't know now how, but I just believe that certain links can be avoided on org export. I don't know how in this moment, and I just think that that's the way. Anyway, now health effects of sugar. Okay, probably it is pointing to itself. Sugar industry, it's pointing to itself. Okay. Impact of sugar. Okay, but what about only sugar? At least this one is pointing to something else, chemical composition of sugar, because it is most relevant. Now, as you see, you can just link anything, and it is semantically going to find your other files, other org files. Of course, I could constrain it to be only within a single file, and that constraint could be global or link based. Maybe you want a link which is just showing you relevant things from the single file, and of course you could include so many other things by using embedding search. And processing of embedding should be updated from time to time for all files without you thinking, and then you just link it as you wish. Like if I say glucose, it's going to point to composition of sugar because that's semantically similar. Fructose, it is going to point there. But now imagine if you have a beta article about fructose, it would point there. Not because of this here, but because of the semantical meaning. Now we are generating the fructose single paragraph or something like that. As you see, now I have something about fructose. I create embeddings again, and now that same link from above is pointing to fructose because that's more semantically similar than just saying chemical composition of sugar. If I make a link here, then it's probably going to go to chemical composition of sugar. Now, I hope that you understand this fundamentally changing principle of linking. Hyperlinking semantically brings your knowledge base to the true hyperdocument. That document is automatically linking those beta meanings, beta context. If you give beta context to your knowledge base, you are getting what? You are getting, you are basically getting beta links. And that's how it works. So if I say here now high fructose, I know that it's going to go there. As you see, it came there. But you don't need to know. You can just kind of remember something about, and maybe you just want to link it like that to have beta pointer to something. You don't need to search your other files. You don't need. All what you need to do is you are watching this file in front of you, and then you just think you want to link maybe this term, and it is linking to health effects of sugar automatically. You are in the industry impact of sugar section, you click there, and you are automatically getting another section, and that section can be in another file. As I said, this could be also made as HTML, but I really don't use org mode. Org mode is for me just like a one of many markups, and I have many org files, but it's not like that I am very much using it. I mean, I don't know. Somewhere here I have statistics, I think, types and subtypes, yes. So org, I don't have many here. 10, not too many. 47 maybe here, 38 here. So I don't really have many org. I mean, I have hundreds of org files, but I'm not dwelling in org files. I have a different system on the meta level called Dynamic Knowledge Repository by Doug Engelbart, and I think that this semantic linking is basically part of that, because you are helping yourself to find other sections of your information. Of course, you could even link other pieces of information, not only text. So I think that this demonstration is now over and that you got the point of it. Industry impact. Zdravo. As you see, it is linking so easy, but it is nothing special inside. As you see, it is just a RCD org semantic link function, industry impact. What we could do is maybe we could watch how does this function look like. No, that one, this was alias, now it is there. We don't need it. The function is here. So the function is basically getting the query. You can just say sugar and you get your sugar. It is similar like a search engine, but it's a semantical search engine. So what is it doing? It is basically invoking, it is getting the embeddings by query. So this is really not hard. It can be done very easy, and I am ready to help anybody who wish to make this package. I have no time for that. So now, as you see, it is going into the database and fetching semantically similar embeddings. And if it did get those headings, okay, from embeddings, it is then parsing, getting the heading, getting the file, providing the link, opening that file, but maybe this one is not needed. I have no idea. Let's try. Yeah, it's working, but let's try again. Yeah, it's working actually. Even if I don't have that buffer, it's working without finding file. Yeah, that's better. So I don't need that one. So anyway, so that is what is this function doing. It is simply looking into the database here, finding the embedding, and then finding the heading, providing the link, and opening the right link. That's it. But now, but now the question is, how do we create embeddings? And embeddings we create with this function. And let us look into this function. The function is here. The function is simple. Take the file from the buffer file name, whatever it is. Get the file ID from the database. It is basically inserting this file inside into the database and returning file ID. And then get the headings. This is not org mode, so it's not going to work here. I should actually say that this should work only in org mode, but okay, later. And then you get, then it is deleting embeddings which belong to the same file. Because we don't, if we are updating embeddings, we don't need old embeddings inside of the database. So let's just delete it. It really doesn't matter. If you update it, you are going to find things, and if you don't update, who cares? And if it did get headings, oh, but that one maybe should be here. And if it did get headings out of the org headings with contexts function, then it is processing one by one. No. Let's do this way. That way, yeah. It's processing one by one. It is taking stuff out of it. Headings text. Connecting the headings text with what? And basically it is inserting the embedding. How does it insert embedding? That is the function. So basically it is embeddings is a list, and then it fetch embedding text, insert, and so on until done. And that is it basically. And that is how it works. Now we can again see here, basically this process can be automated. I mean, as soon as you save the file, you can also process embeddings, not so. So, and then you just link it. There are many ways of linking. It's working, as you see. But let's say you have article or something else about processed food, it would point there. It's now pointing to types of sugar, but you know, you can get like a full knowledge database. And of course, the same thing, it can work also in HTML. It can work in Markdown, and that's actually what I am doing. I have this semantic linking, and I'm marking it in. I'm just marking my text. I'm sick and tired of finding links among thousands and thousands of links. No, I am just marking some text, and if that text has nothing to say about it, in this case there is something about it, but if my link has nothing, it is just returning this text during processing time. So the link is not appearing if there is no semantic similarity. And so I'm linking many things, and my website page becomes rich that way. Let's say we have something to say about this one. In this case, as you see, there is nothing about that. But if you have anything about World Health Organization, if you have anything about World Health Organization, it would simply link there. That means you can make links even for the future. Now, what is good in that is that when you start linking, you can make, as you see, it is pointing exactly there to World Health Organization. But you don't need to say World Health Organization. You could just say WHO, because that would be about the same. You could just say WHO, and I think it's going to point there. Yes, it is pointing there. But you could also say it in a different way. There are many different ways how you could say, you know. Maybe you could say it this way. And I believe that it's going to point again there, as you see, because it is searching semantically. Now, what is good here is you can change that function rcd org semantic link that you, oh, no, it's not there, I forgot. Now, you could change this function to report to you which link wasn't found. Now, if you get a list of links which were not found, that means those terms, those meanings you wanted to have, but you don't have them yet. And that list can become your to-do file. I hope you understand that. That's it for the demo. I hope you like it. I will not go back to hand linking with some exceptions. I'm going to semantically link all my website pages because who can do that work?